Today on the channel, we have the ending of our 6-ball Arsenal builder, our best of so far for 2025. We are going to be putting all of the brands together to pick the best 12 bowling balls on the market today, 2 from every single one of our channel's 6-ball categories. Quick reminder, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to drop a sub, helps me out a ton. It's completely free for you, and it's going to help us get to our 10,000 subscriber goal. It would mean a ton if you can help us get there, but let's get into the video. So we have currently covered every single bowling brand and the best balls from every single brand. So today we're going to put it all together. We're going to start with the strong and smooth category. And we are going to start with what I think is the best strong and smooth ball on the market today. That is the Storm Ion Max. The pink-white bowling ball is by far, I think, the best strong and smooth ball on the market. This thing has a couple insane honor scores to its credit already. I believe one 899, a ton of 800s, bunch of 300s. It's the most used asymmetrical ball on the PBA Tour as of right now after the season, of course. But this is by far and away the #1 bowling ball in the strong and smooth category, the best asim solid on the market. This thing really popped off early. I didn't expect this ball to be that good. The Ion Pro wasn't well liked off the rip. Now it's a lot better, and I'll get to that one in just a minute. But this Ion Max really propelled itself to be the #1 ball. It's just smooth, it's strong, it's what an asim should do. However, it can hook the lane. It can actually play from pretty deep on the lane, which is a really cool thing. So if you need a big strong ball, I would recommend the Ion Max first. And the #2 ball on our list is going to be the Motiv Jackal Onyx. This is the best solid Jackal we've had in a long time, probably since the Jackal Ghost. This thing really does kind of what the Ion Max does. It can play from straighter and be really good as a big strong asim, but it can also play from deeper with the right layout and right surface on it, which is not expected from asymmetrical balls. Usually asim balls want to lock up, roll forward. This Onyx doesn't want to do that much. It can, of course. It does more than the Ion Max, in my opinion, which is why it's #2 on this list. However, it is just that little bit better than the other asim solids on the market. I think this is one that Motiv really knocked out of the park, so huge kudos to them on this front. I was never a big fan of Jackals before this point. I thought they always had too big of cores. Finally, this is one where this one actually can make it down lane. I end up shooting 300 with this ball, so it has a nice little soft spot in my heart. So that is why the Jackal Onyx is the #2 best strong and smooth bowling ball. Coming in next is our strong and sharp category. These are generally asymmetrical shiny bowling balls or strong symmetrical shinies. And the #1 ball on the list is going to be the best ball of the last couple months of the PBA Tour. That is the Evoke Hysteria. The Evoke Hysteria was a Pearl Evoke, the old beach ball. Pretty strong asymmetrical core, nothing too crazy. Middle of the road strength Pearl cover stock. This thing was just weirdly special, very unexpectedly special. It won like 4 titles already, maybe 5 titles being thrown on the TV show. This was used by a lot of different styles, from one-handers, two-handers, speed dominant, rev dominant, EJ Tackett, whatever he is, just best in the world, whatever it may be. It was used, and it was used really well and looked amazing. A lot of people are having a lot of success with this ball. I haven't really heard many negative opinions from it so far from people who have purchased them, from viewers. It is a fantastic bowling ball. This could be one of the gems from Motiv for the next couple of years that stays around for a really long time. I hope it is. I love seeing when companies find that really good bowling ball and stick with it. So hopefully it is that good. But right now, the Evoke Hysteria is by far and away the #1 strong and sharp ball. And the #2 ball was a very tough discussion and argument. So I am putting the Black Widow Mania, the Hammer Black Widow Mania, as #2 on the strong and sharp list. Now, there is a ball that I think comes in at like 2.5, and that is the 900 Global Origin. I think both balls are really special. The Black Widow Mania is going to be the best-selling ball of 2025. A Black Widow is always the best-selling ball of the year, so that's just an expectation. The Mania is really good. They added the effect cover stock on it, so they just played Mr. Potato Head, grabbed the Black Widow core, grab the effect cover, put them together, and make something just amazing. So they did a really good job with that. A lot of people are big fans of it. My one gripe with it is out of box, it is very, very shiny and insanely angular. I always recommend taking the ball down to about 3000 grit. Then it really does what you want this bowling ball to do. Now, like I mentioned, the 900 Global Origin is right behind this Black Widow Mania. I think the Origin is really special. This ball hooks a ton and can make people who don't use that much angle with their ball, it can make them play very deep on the lane. From what I'm seeing, if you're somebody who always plays about 10 at the arrows, this ball can make you play around 14 or 15. It can push you that deep on the lane, somewhere where you don't really get to play that often depending on the ball. This Origin is super, super strong, pretty responsive cover, just really good in so many ways, really good on tour, on hard stuff, really good on house shots too, where the Mania is pretty much best on house shots. It is good on harder shots, but amazing on house shots. So the one reason why the Origin is below the Mania is the price. The Origin comes in at much, much more expensive, about $20 to $25 more expensive than the Black Widow Mania. But at the end of the day, our number 2 ball on the Strong and Sharp list is the Black Widow Mania. Coming up next, we have the medium smooth category. These are going to be solid symmetricals most of the time. These are going to be our benchmark balls, the middle of the bag bowling balls. And of course, number 1, we are again, as per usual, going to put the Storm Phase 2. This ball is still the GOAT. It doesn't matter who you ask, who you are. This is the GOAT bowling ball. This deserves the number 1 list. Now, the Rockstar came in trying to be like the Phase 2, and it's very, very good. Slightly different way that it's very good, but it is still a phenomenal bowling ball. This Phase 2 is still the most versatile ball on the market. I will always recommend a Phase 2 to anybody who's asking because it is just that special. You can play first arrow, you can play sixth arrow, you can do whatever you want with it, one-hander, two-hander, whatever it may be. The one gripe with the ball is that some people just do not match up to it. Some people do hate Phase 2s and they just don't like them at all. There's a couple professional guys who just hate the Phase 2 for various reasons, just never has rolled well for them. That is the only gripe with this ball, but otherwise the Phase 2 deserves the number 1 spot on the list. Coming up next is another not very surprising one. It is the Ebonite Game Breaker 5 as the number 2 medium and smooth bowling ball. This is the newest Game Breaker. This thing is the best bang for your buck in bowling, just price wise. There's a few of those on the market right now. This GB5 is really on that. This thing is really, really good for that. But otherwise, the ball is so good. It is so good from straighter. It's not good from deep. Do not play left of like 15 with this ball, but it is arguably the best bowling ball you can play from right of 15 or from closer to the gutter. It's so smooth. It's so consistent. It's just usable on so much stuff. It had made really good runs on PBA telecasts and on PBA qualifying blocks. It did really well at the USBC Open Championship so far. Someone just shot 800 with one when I was there this last week. That ball has been really, really good for so many people, and it's just overall so cheap. So that's why the GB5 is number 2. Next up, we're on the medium and sharp category. These are going to be generally stronger symmetrical pearl bowling balls. Coming in at number 1 is a hammer ball with the Scorpion Strike. This was one of my top bowling balls of 2024, and it stays there. It is still really, really good. It is really cheap, really consistent, great on house shots, also good on sport shots, just that middle of the road pearl ball that you can use for so many different situations. It isn't too strong. It isn't too weak. It's just a perfect ball down from something like a Game Breaker 5, like a Phase 2, or even something like a Hammerhead or something in that realm. The Scorpion Strike is just that do-it-all bowling ball that has really stuck around. I hope it doesn't go anytime soon. I'm a little bit worried that the new Hazmat Pearl is actually Hammer's way of replacing it. I really hope not, but it might be, so be aware of that. But that is why the Scorpion Strike is number 1. And the number 2 ball is actually going to be the 900 Global Zen 25. I see this as the closest Zen remake we've ever had. This ball really acts like a solid ball, but is a pearl. It gets a little bit further down lane. It is the perfect combination to the Phase 2. For me, I use this and the Optimum Idol Solid at USBC Open Championships, and they made such a good 1-2 combo. When the Optimum Idol was getting a little too early, a little too smooth, I switch over to the Zen 25, and it picks up right where the Idol left off. Could stay in the same part of the lane. I didn't have to move at all, and that Zen was amazing. So the Zen 25 is definitely one of the best shiny balls. It's much stronger than the Scorpion Strike. So if you want a stronger shiny ball, get this Zen. It is just like the old Zens, just different colorway. But if you need something a little bit weaker, I'd recommend something like a Scorpion Strike. Moving on to the weak and smooth category. This one is going to cause a little bit of controversy, especially in myself. So, the number one bowling ball I'm putting here is the Ion Pro. Yes, I did not like the Ion Pro for the longest time. I was not a fan when it was released. I thought it was too expensive and too niche. I thought the IQ and the Phase 2 already did all those things well enough. But the Ion Pro has really slowly started to grow on me as more and more people have thrown it, as guys on tour have thrown it, as amateurs have put up really good scores with it. It is really, really good at the end of the day. I didn't really expect it, but this is what the IQ Tour was when it first released. It gets a little bit further down lane. It's much smoother. It's really good on the beat up lane surfaces that we bowl on in the United States right now. It is just phenomenal. I had a teammate throwing it at the Open Championships, and he whacked them with this Ion Pro, being able to play a little bit straighter. It gets a little further down lane, still smooth, but doesn't leave too many flat corner pins. It is a really good ball. I'm shocked to say that. I think it's still too expensive, but this Ion Pro definitely deserves to be the number one weak and smooth ball on the market right now. Coming in as the number 2 weak and smooth bowling ball. This one is a little bit controversial, but we are going to put the Storm IQ Tour. This is one of the older Storm GOATs. I think this ball still deserves to be on the list. It is still a great, great sport shot bowling ball. The one issue with this ball is not as good on house shots. I don't recommend it if you only bowl house shots. I'd recommend an Ion Pro instead. I think it's better for the house shot. But the IQ Tour is still arguably the best sport shot ball of the last 15 years. It is fantastic to be able to stay up the lane, be consistent, hit the pocket a lot of times, and be able to shoot 220, 230 with it. You usually aren't going to shoot like a 280 game with it, but 230 is always on the table with an IQ Tour because it can just hit the pocket so many times. Especially if you're a higher rev rate, you're really going to like the IQ Tour. Now, the reason that there was controversy is the Max Thrill Solid is right there. That is the number 3 bowling ball. It is very, very close to the IQ Tour. The one big thing why I wanted to put the Max Thrill here is because it's so much cheaper. It is only about $115, $120, where the IQ Tour is like $30 more, $40 more, maybe even more. But I think the IQ Tour just outperforms it that little bit. And finally, we're on the weak and sharp category. The number 1 bowling ball on the weak and sharp list is going to be the Storm Road Warrior. We have a lot of Storm on this list. They're making some bangers lately. The Road Warrior is the remake of the High Road Pearl, and it is really good. It is just a High Road Pearl. It's a little more angular. It's a little bit earlier because of that AI core tech and also the new-ish cover stock. But overall, this Road Warrior is really, really good. It is just that really good get out of jail card when you need a ball to get further down lane and be a lot more angular. So if you loved the High Road Pearl, I'd recommend this Road Warrior. It is fairly close at the end of the day. It's going to be able to keep up with the amount of oil that's on the lanes right now compared to when the High Road Pearl was out. May that ball rest in peace. But overall, this Road Warrior is just a really good skid snap, skid flip, what you expect from Storm reaction. That's why it's number 1. And finally, the number 2 ball on this list is going to be the Ivory Rhino Pro. This all-white bowling ball from Brunswick is a really good option when you want a ball to get further down lane and be a little smoother, actually, not as angular. It's a little bit stronger because it has the weird core and cover combo. The core is insanely, insanely weak, like bonkers weak, really high RG, really low differential. However, the cover is stronger than you'd expect. And then the all-white colorway makes it want to hook earlier because, yes, colors do matter in a bowling ball. They do cause the ball to hook in different places. So this Ivory Rhino wants to hook a little bit sooner than you'd expect, even though the core is so weak, but it is still a really good piece. This is by far the best weak and sharp ball Brunswick has created in a very, very long time. This makes the Teal Rhino Pro look like an absolute dumpster fire. This Ivory Rhino is really, really good. It is just a little bit weak in some situations, and it doesn't like insane angle. That's the one issue. The Road Warrior can play from 20, 25 at the arrows. I don't think this Ivory Rhino really wants to as much. It wants to play a little bit straighter, probably right of 20 more often than the Road Warrior. But that's why it's number 2 on the list. That will do it. That is all of the bowling brands, the major bowling companies, and their bowling balls ranked for the best ones at this point in 2025. We're almost halfway through the year. We're at the end of the 25 league season. We're close to summer. So we'll have a little bit of a lull in ball releases over the next month or so until Bowl Expo. Then we're going to see everything ramp up again. So really expect to see a lot of that coming in the near future. Should be a really exciting time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your list would change, what you would change on this list down below in the comments. I read every single comment. I'd be very curious to see it. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe if you haven't. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who's helped us get here so far. But otherwise, we have many, many more videos coming. I will see you on the next one.